Hi everyone, Frank DeRose, bass instructor at the School of the Blues. Well, today's subject matter is how to end a blues song. This has been inspired by some emails I've received from people who have my books and also my online students. Now, through the years, I've been doing jams since 1985. Open public jams. I've been the host. I've been the person who runs the jam and runs the list. I've just performed in the house band only. I go to many of the local jams where my friends are the host band and I sit in and play and have a good time. I've also participated in all of the School of the Blues student concerts and student jams. And through all these years, one of the things that seems to be so very difficult for the beginners and intermediate players is how to end a song. So today's video, I have put together 5 examples of the most common endings for blues songs. All of this information is available in my book, the Blues Bass Play-Along Trax, published by Mel Bay. And for more detailed information, there's my Blues Bass Method book, the blue one behind me, where all of these songs goes into some detail about how the bass part is structured. The Blues Bass Play-Along Trax gives you the introduction, the ending, and how to play during the body of the song. So if you like what you hear, pick up the books. It will take you to the next level. Now here on the split screen, I have a document where I list 5 of the most common endings we use at a blues jam. And I'm going to glance at it to read it. So hopefully you'll bear with me on that. The first one is called Break on the 4. It's one of the most common endings. We play the first beat of measure 10 and then we rest for 3 beats. And then we start playing a standard blues ending riff through measure 11 into measure 12, and then we end typically on first, second, third beat of measure 12. The reason that is open like that is it just depends on the style of the song and or who is leading the song and when they signal, boom, the last note. Now, the second ending we call Break on the 1. So if you have seen any of my lesson videos previously, and have you downloaded any of the attachments, there are some sample 12-bar chord charts. So when we say break on the 1, we're really talking about measure 11. We would play the first beat on measure 11, which is typically we're back to the 1 chord, and then we rest for 3 beats, and then we play an ending riff to get us back to the final note, which is the root note of the 1 chord. The third way to end a song is we play right through, no stops on the 4 or the 1. We play right through to the end of the 12th measure. Rolling Stones style. They have a lot of endings like that that kind of fall apart in measure 12. In fact, the other day when I was playing at a jam, somebody said, oh, let's do this and let's do the Rolling Stones ending. Okay, I knew what to do. The fourth way to end a song is typically in a rumba style. It's called the cha-cha-cha. So we will play through the progression, and when we get to measure 12, we play the root note followed by 3 notes in the 8th note style, and we play them in the cha-cha-cha rhythm. So measure 12 goes root, cha-cha-cha. And lastly, number 5 is the cut ending. kind of like a James Brown ending where he gives a signal and boom, that's it. That's the end. Sometimes people call it in rhythm ending, but we play through to measure 12, and oftentimes we play the root note of the 1 chord on the first beat of measure 12, boom, kind of staccato, that's the end. So let me play some samples of these. I created the samples from all of our recordings for the Blues Bass Play-Along Trax book and the other instruments books in the series, the School of Blues Lesson series. There's guitar book, harmonica book, drum book, keyboard book. So if you have friends, or if you're a player out there who's come upon this video about how to end a song, you can get those books. And these tracks, many of these tracks will be in those books. So let's listen to the first song. So here on the split screen, I've put up a document, and I'm going to glance at it, that gives you some detail and also shows you an excerpt of the book. At the top, I go down the information you need to know. Blues Jam Survival, how do we end a song, from my Blues Bass Play-Along Trax book. It's published by Mel Bay, and you can buy it directly from them or from Amazon. And again, it describes what we mean by breaking on the 4. And you'll see the first chart is the chord chart, and a nice bluish color arrow pointing at number 10. That's the 10th measure. That's where we stop on the first beat. We play the first beat, the root note of the 4 chord, and then we are going to rest 3 beats, and then we are going to play an ending riff, resulting in us playing the root note of the 1 chord in the 12th measure. Below that sample chord chart is an excerpt from the book showing the exact notes to play. Now this, of all the songs we're going to listen to or endings, this is the only one where I'm going to show this kind of detail. If you want to see the detail, please get the book. But if your ear is keen and you understand what I'm saying, you'll be able to find these kind of endings in the songs that you play already and try to remember it by these descriptions. And of course, if you're interested in some lessons, please contact me. I do them over Skype. Schedule is very flexible. I have a few lesson slots open, daytime and evening, doesn't matter what time zone you're in. So now let me kick off the player and we'll listen to the first example of breaking on the 4. There you have it. Break on the 4. That was the School of Blues All-Star Band. Steve Zarnicki on the keyboards, Kevin Coggins on the drums. I'm playing the bass. The late, great John Garcia on the guitar. So that was played to a 2-beat. Now, let's listen to the next song. In this one, we're going to break on the 1, meaning back at measure 11 and rest. The guitar, somebody, even the drums, they're going to potentially fill up that rest, and then we will play the ending arpeggio to get to the final root note of the 1 chord. cool little lick by the guitar in that rest. The rest of the band falls in for measure 12. That's called breaking on the 1. Now we're going to go to example number 3. In example number 3, we're going to play right to the end. And this is in the slow blues style. So you're going to hear a little bit of how we play the sharp 1 descending to the 1 for the last 2 notes in measure 12. So here we go. Play through to the end. Yeah, play through to the end in the slow blues style. Very dramatic, sharp 1 down to the 1. Usually a harmonica player, a guitar player is leading that. So keep your eyes open and be following them. So we have 2 more examples to go. So let me get the player set up and we'll do number 4. Now, it's time for the cha-cha-cha ending, typically done at the end of a rumba, where we play right through to measure 12, we hit the root note, boom, then cha-cha-cha on the same root note. So let's have a listen. Oh yeah, the rumba cha-cha-cha. What fun. We have one more example. Now this example is called the cut ending or in rhythm ending. I've picked one of my tracks where we do the soulful tramp style groove. And we play right through to the 12th measure, and there is the root note, measure 12, downbeat, cut. There we are. That's the end. So here we go. Let's have a listen to it. Oh yeah, that great James Brown style ending. Now, I'll be right back with some final thoughts, so don't go anywhere. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. 5 great examples of how to end a song at a blues jam. Not only at a blues jam, but if you play in a band, you should make sure that your set list contains these style endings. They're very entertaining, and they keep you from sounding all the same all the time. So it bears repeating. These examples were taken from my book, The Blues Bass Play-Along Trax. There's 15 full-length tracks in there. Some of these tracks have breaks and other arrangement elements that you get to learn. Even the rumba has the shuffle part in the middle, so you go rumba, shuffle, rumba. That is important to know. There's many great songs out there that do that. B.B. King has a song that does that. So get to know that. It's in the book. Get the book. Now, I hope you appreciated these 5 tracks done in as a full 12-bar form to give you some context instead of just starting at the 5 with abrupt endings within a couple of seconds. So I hope to see you around the jams if you're local. But until I see you again, keep on thumping that bass. Bye for now.